We always hear this expression, following Shrimat. Yes, so we have to follow Shrimat. We have to go by Shrimat. But today Baba is specifying what does following Shrimat mean. So Baba says that following Shrimat means I will sit where you ask me to sit. I will eat whatever you give me to eat. And I will, in all my actions, and Baba gives another thing which is I will wear whatever you give me to wear. Okay? Now, what does it actually mean? Let us understand this. So Baba says that whatever you feed me, I will eat. So whatever you feed me means whatever is available in the market is what Baba is feeding me. Is it? Is it like that? See, I had this discussion some days ago with one brother, and he said that I'm a non-vegetarian, and he said that I was born in that part of this country where there's a lot of non-vegetarian food being consumed. So he said that God made me be born there, so that means that he wanted me to have non-vegetarian food, and it is the geography that decides what food you eat. So that way, it is with God's command that I'm eating this food. So you see that this is how we kind of justify whatever we are doing. But then I told him that Baba is not asking you to, rationalize what you're doing, or, come to a conclusion of whatever you are doing, whether it is right or wrong, through logic. Baba is now specifying very clearly in the Murli. He is speaking. So it is not left to our whims and fancies, or it is not left to our logical interpretation. It is something that is being clearly spoken by Baba, that the food that we eat has to be pure, it has to be sattvic, it has to be without any trace of, onion, garlic, or non-vegetarian, and it has to be cooked, served, and eaten in Baba's remembrance. That is the Shrimat for food. And Baba says that I'm not leaving anything to your imagination or to your interpretation. I am specifying everything very clearly. So in the Murlis, Baba has given specific direction about not eating anything that is tamasic, which is non-vegetarian or onion, garlic. And Baba says it's not just what you eat, but also how it is cooked, served, and accepted, and that also matters. So we have to eat food only that is cooked in Baba's remembrance, and ideally we should offer bhog to Baba. Every meal should be such that it is we offer it to Baba before we eat, because Baba is the one who provides. So you see that the provider has to be fed first, the provider has to be served first. So it is a very good practice to offer bhog, and then it has to be served in Baba's remembrance and also accepted in Baba's remembrance. So this is Baba's Shrimat about food. And Baba says that following Shrimat means eating whatever Baba has asked you to eat. and not eating based on your geography or your lineage or the religion you belong to physically or according to your circumstances. No, Baba says only eating whatever Baba has asked me to eat. This will be following Baba's Shrimat. I will tell you one example. So you see that there was this brother, and I was taking a class somewhere else, and he was also coming to that class. And then he asked me one day that, you see, when I'm at home, I take pure food because my wife is also a BK and I am also a BK, so that becomes very simple. But I have to go on tours, and when I go on tours, and it is to the tune of 15 days in a month that I am on tour. And he said that when I am on tour, then it is very difficult for me because I am in a big position, so it becomes very difficult for me to arrange, like cook on my own or something, because I have a lot to do on the tour. There is a lot which I have to take care, and there are meetings to attend, and from morning till night I am busy. So in that case I eat food from outside, and that is how I go by it, and I think that's the right method, and Baba would understand. So I said, then you're very clear about it, then why are you talking about it to me? Because I never asked you what you do about food. So I said, no, but I have this feeling that I should ask it from you. So I said, why do you have this feeling? If you have so much clarity that whatever I'm doing is absolutely correct, then why do you have this feeling? So he said, maybe I have this feeling that I'm doing it wrong somewhere. Okay, so I said, if that feeling is there, then why are you talking in a manner that is justifying the act so much? So you leave it, right? You have to tell me that this is my situation and this is what I do, and don't justify it like that's the only method to do it and I can't do it any other way. So if you're justifying it, then okay, you have justified it already. Then he said, no, I want to know. So I said, have you ever released an intent also? Like, I understand that you are in the position of an officer, and that too an officer with great responsibilities, and I understand that you're saying that it's not possible for you to cook. That's fine. But have you ever even thought that, Baba, I want to follow this Shrimat of yours? And have you ever released that intention? Have you even told Baba that this is what I want to do? Please answer honestly. And then he said, no, I've never done that. So I said, just talk to Baba and tell Baba with an honest heart, check within yourself, is there an attraction to eating food from outside, or do you genuinely want to eat pure food? And just with that pure intention, release that intention and tell Baba deeply from the heart. So he said, what will that do? Something will happen magically. I said, you just do it. So he did that, and that is what obedience is. And he did that, and after a week he had this brother who joined his office, and he was a BK, and he was the one who had to go on every tour with him, and he was the one who was his assistant in every tour. And he was a BK, and that brother was a Kumar, and he was very good with his discipline, and wherever he went he took an induction and he took his utensils, and on every tour he would cook. And this brother, this officer brother, he told him that I also want to eat pure food, and I also want to eat food cooked in Baba's remembrance. then this brother used to cook for him and give him food on every tour. And this is a very practical example that I am giving you about this intention to follow Shrimat accurately. And in my own experience, what I felt is, Baba fulfills every intention that we release. And it is not, and in my experience, it is not possible for any human to follow a pure lifestyle in this impure world. It is impossible for any human to do that. You know who makes it possible? Baba. And how does he make it possible? He makes it possible because you release an honest intention to do that. And he will give you all the support that you need. But the thing is, do I have that honest intention? Or do I have weak thoughts? Do I have determination? Do I have honest intention? Or at every obstacle I just give up? I say, okay, this is not possible, so I am just operating against Shrimat, and that's the right way to do. Or do we say that, okay, even if it takes some effort, even if it takes some perseverance, I'm going to do it. So if you do that, then Baba will help you. So I gave you a very practical example of how Baba helps when children make effort. And I think, with this combination of my effort and his help, it's only with this combination that we go on this journey. But my effort has to be first, it has to be honest, and it has to be determined. That is the main question. Now the second thing is, wherever you want me to sit, wherever you make me sit, where does Baba make you sit? Baba makes you sit in Baba's room for yoga at Amrit Vela. So do you get up and sit for yoga in Amrit Vela? Or you say, I don't want to sit, I want to sleep in Amrit Vela. So you see, Baba has fixed times for us to sit. Baba says, sit before me in yoga during Amrit Vela, sit before me in Murli class, sit before me in any class that you have enrolled for. And when you do that, that is following Shrimat. Or sit wherever for Numa Sham Yoga in the evening, sit there, or sit before Baba before going to sleep. So all these are the directions about how you have to operate during the day at different times. And Baba says, have a determined thought, an honest intent that you want to do it, and Baba will help you. And of course, there will be a lot of resistance from old sanskars and everything. But if you have determination, you will overcome all of that, and you will be able to sit where Baba makes you sit. And I remember there was this one Didi, and when I had gone for training in Madhuban at that time, Didi said in the class, and I can never forget this, she said that any Brahmin, dead or alive, must be sitting in Baba's room in Amrit Vela. So even if you leave the body, it should be in a sitting posture in Baba's room in Amrit Vela. And I don't know what, that was something that stayed with me. And Baba says, I make you sit before me for Murli, I make you sit before me for Amrit Vela, for evening yoga, for meditation before sleeping, and wherever I make you sit, whether it is traffic control or whatever Baba has given us directions for, we have to follow that wholly and totally. And Baba says, when you do that, then it will be said that you follow Shrimat completely. And then the third thing is whatever you give me to wear. Yes, so whatever you give me to wear is what is Baba's direction about clothes. So Baba's directions about clothes is first is simple clothing. So Baba says you don't have to wear torn clothes or something, not clothes that are dirty or torn, but very simple, clean clothes. Nothing that pulls your attention. So if you wear something very gaudy, that will pull your attention. If you wear something very miserable, that will also pull your attention. So clothing has to be very simple, very clean and white. So that's Baba's directions for clothing. And Baba says whatever, you must have this dedication that whatever you make me wear, I will wear. And BKs are known for their clothes, and so Baba says your appearance should reveal me, and you should dress up in a manner that people know that this is a pure Brahmin. So Baba says if you don't follow this Shrimat, then what is it that is not allowing you to follow this Shrimat? It is some kind of body consciousness which is not allowing you to follow this Shrimat. But Baba says if you want to be someone who is certified that they follow Shrimat completely, then you have to wear what I ask you to wear. And Baba says that there will be resistances, there will be many things that will pull your attention, but you have to overcome all of that. So this is something. Now you see that this is one aspect of following Shrimat. Now the second aspect is, so one is according to whatever guidelines Baba has given, we operate in our grihast vyavhar. So wherever we live in the family, whatever we are doing, we just operate like that. Second aspect is when we, so even when you are attending online, so you have to make an attempt to go to Madhuban. So there are regular announcements that you must go to Mount Abu, Madhuban, to Baba's home, and you must enroll yourself for going to Madhuban. And then when we go to Madhuban, then you see it's such a big arrangement, it's such a big setup, and in that setup there are many things to be considered, and there are structures made, and rooms are allotted, and food is prepared, and everything is done with, and it's a very big task. You see 25,000, 30,000 brothers and sisters, they go to Madhuban at one time, and when we go there, then we have to have this surrendered buddhi, where we surrender to whatever is being given to us. So let's say Baba gives you a room, and then maybe in your Lokik house you are habitual of living in a single room or having your own space, but here you are given a room where there are four brothers or sisters staying with you. So if you're a brother, 4 brothers will be staying with you. If you're sisters will be staying with you. So if you are in that room and there's just one bathroom, then will you have thoughts about I can't live like this? Or will you be very happy that Baba has given me a place in his home and I really love it? So that is what you have to check for. So wherever Baba made you sit, did you sit there or not? So that's what we have to check there. And whatever Baba made me eat, did I eat it with that bhavana? Because you see, these days there are so many thoughts that you create about food. So if you are very fixated with a certain kind of food, sometimes even people talk about this is healthy and this is unhealthy, and I don't want carbs, and I want a particular kind of food, then when you go to Madhuban, you will have to eat whatever is cooked in Baba's Bhandara. And Baba says, when something is cooked in Baba's Bhandara, what is it? It is bhog. And then you see that Brahma Bhojan, that bhog, for which Baba says that, even the deities, they yearn for this bhog. Devataएं bhi taraste hain, Baba says. And that bhog, if you are not able to have with happiness, because you have created these sanskars of not eating whatever is offered, then just think about the kind of fortune you are creating with that act. And I will tell you one thing, Baba tells us today that those who follow Baba's Shrimat will always perform elevated actions. Because you see, whenever you have negative thoughts, whenever you have thoughts of resistance or weakness, that is not elevated action. But if you have not molded yourself, if you have not created those powers which make you happily accept whatever you are offered, then you will create negative thoughts and thoughts of discomfort, even in a place like Madhuban. And then what action are you creating there? And the thing is, what did you go to Madhuban for? You went there to experience Baba's love and experience Baba's home. But what are you complaining about? You are complaining about petty things like the bed and the food and this and that. Although, most children don't do that. And in any case, in Baba's home, the food is amazing and all the arrangements are very good. But the thing is, if you have these sanskars, if you have not overcome these sanskars, then even there you can create these thoughts. And I remember, there was this one Mata, and she went to Madhuban, and there we were having tea. And she said that, in Baba's home, we should write a letter that tea shouldn't be offered, it's not good for health. So I said, it's whatever it is Baba's bhog. And how can you, why are you having these thoughts about whether tea should be served or not served? It is in Baba's home that tea is being served, and please keep all these things out of your mind while you're in Madhuban. And then you see, these are the waste thoughts that we create because we don't understand where we are. And I remember, there was this one program, and in that program we had gone as a group, and then that program began at that was a big mega program in Delhi, and that program began at 9 a.m. and it finished at 2:30 in the afternoon. And at that time there was bhog being served, but at 9 a.m. there was this Mata, and we had all gone as a group, and then there was this Mata, and she was sitting right beside me. At around 10 a.m. she started saying, I'm feeling hungry, I can't stay without food for so long, and I'm really feeling hungry. Didi, would you send somebody out with me, and I would have something and come, and only then I can attend the program. And then I told her, if you have this, okay, you are, whatever is your physical issue, no complaint about that, but you know your body, right? So you should have eaten and come, or carried something with you and come. But if you don't know how to take care of your body, and you are asking that another soul who has come to attend the program should leave the program, go with you and get food from outside, and then you will be able to sit for the program, is it the right thing to do? And of course we will do it, because now you have put us in that situation, but that's not the right thing to do. So you see that These are the kind of things that Baba is talking about. If you have zero tolerance, no adjustment, if you cannot see the situation and the circumstance and appreciate the availability there, you see, when there's a mega program, so many souls attend it, and still there is bhog being prepared and served, but it will be prepared at the right time. But if you are not able to take care of your hunger, then you will not be able to appreciate that effort, and on the contrary, the thoughts that are being created are not elevated. So, and also, this paap ka khata has been created when you want somebody to give time out of attending Baba's program to go and fetch food for you. So these are the things that Baba is talking about, that Brahmins, we Brahmins, we are having a very high aim. And what is our aim? To become deities. And if we don't have control over our sense organs, if we don't have control over our man buddhi, then how can we become deities tomorrow? So Baba says, first thing is karmendriya jeet, winning over your senses, winning over this body. Baba doesn't ask you to eat or not eat. Baba doesn't ask us to stay hungry. Baba tells us to eat whatever is right according to Shrimat. And when we follow this discipline, we also develop strength to overcome the pulls of the physical senses, because the senses are very pulled by taste, by hot and cold weather. The senses are very pulled by sleep and lack of sleep. So these things Baba asks us to overcome, and only when somebody is able to win over the body and the sensuous pulls can you expect them to win over their mind and intellect and win over vices. If we are not able to, if we are not able to sit where we are asked to sit or eat what we are asked to eat, how can we be able to concentrate our man and buddhi in Baba's remembrance whenever we are asked to? It is not possible. Somebody who is not able to win over their physical senses cannot be expected to win over the man and buddhi. So this is something that Baba is specifically pointing out today. And then Baba says that if you are able to do this, you will always be able to perform elevated actions, because when you are in control of your physical senses, only then can you be in control of your man and buddhi, and only then can you do what is right to do, not what you feel like doing. And elevated actions originate from knowledgeful choice. So if you make knowledgeful choices second by second, only then can we perform elevated actions. If we cannot perform knowledgeful choices, then the question of elevated action doesn't arise. And I will tell you another incident. So there was this one brother, and he had met with an accident, and I was not aware of that. And in that accident, after that accident, he had developed backache. And Baba says that do as directed. So there was seva in the center, and I asked this brother to do the mopping, so the pocha. And you see that is the most physically strenuous activity in cleaning. So I was not aware that he had an accident, so I asked him, you do the pocha, and this brother will do the jharu and this and that. So you see, that brother, he didn't say no. He just took the pocha and he started doing it. And then after 2 days he came and he said, I want to tell you something, Didi. So I said, yes, tell me. So he said that I had an accident 15 days back, and in that accident I had this after that accident, I had developed this acute pain in my back, and I found it very difficult to sit and stand and do stuff. And when you asked me to do the poncha, I had this, thought that I should tell you that I can't do it and I have this problem, this ache. But I don't know what happened. Baba told me that you do whatever you asked to do and leave it, to Baba. And in that moment, I just took the mop and I started doing it. And he said, when I was doing it, I felt that there was a moment when that pain left my body. And he said that ever since that day, I have not had back pain like I had earlier. And he said that maybe if I had told that I don't want to do this, then maybe I would have suffered for longer. But because of that one Shrimat, the pain was gone. So you see that I would say this is Baba's magic, but in order to see the magic, what do you need? Faith. So Baba says, even when you're given a direction and you feel that there are some limitations and you can't fulfill it, don't allow those limitations to cloud your buddhi. Just say, Baba has asked me to do this, so let me do this. And when you start doing it, you will receive all the help from Baba, which will enable you to do it and get the fruit of it. So this is why never come into body consciousness. What is body consciousness? The limited consciousness which makes you feel you know better than Baba. So see, Brahma Baba was Brahma Baba was 60 years of age when Shiv Baba entered. Shiv Baba said, you have to create this yagya and create this whole structure which will create deities. And did Brahma Baba say, Shiv Baba, you don't know, this is my time of retirement and I can't do this now? So he didn't say it. Why? Because there is trust that if Baba is giving you a seva, then he will also give you the strength. So this is why whenever we receive directions, whether it is for seva, whether it is for anything, just have an honest, determined thought that I want to do this. And Baba will help you and take you forward. And that is how you will become capable of performing elevated actions. If you give in to every weak and body conscious thoughts, how will you perform elevated actions? If you can't perform directed actions, how will you have the capacity to perform elevated actions on choice? So when somebody is telling you to do something, and Baba is always telling us to do something which is elevated, and if we can't accept that, then how will we do elevated action by choice? So this is why Baba says that following Shrimat means doing whatever I ask you to do in the method I ask you to do, not allowing your own dictates of mind to interfere in it, not allowing your body consciousness to tell you that this is not possible, not allowing your ego to interfere that why should I do it, and just surrendering to Baba's will and dictates and doing whatever Baba is asking you to do. Okay, Om Shanti.